You have 30 seconds if you wish, sir.
You know, here we go again. She's blaming me for everything. Her father, the supervisor of the town of Clarence, noted to us not only after the November storm but the December blizzard the great job that was done by county government in opening up Clarence roads and saving people's lives. It's as simple as this. It doesn't matter what the issue is, she's going to blame me for it. But we worked very hard to ensure going forward that our communication to the public is the best we possibly can, to the point where people were sick and tired of seeing me on TV and criticizing how many times that we were on TV. We've worked very hard in prior blizzards, and we'll work very hard again to save as many lives as possible.
Mr. Poloncarz, the State Department of Homeland Security noted Erie County used an older version of disaster response software than the state did during the blizzard, leading to what the State Department of Homeland Security called usability challenges for response staff. In the memoranda I previously mentioned, which was released in August, the Western New York Independent Living Center opined that the driving ban wasn't enforced and that it might have been lifted too soon. Do you think these criticisms are justified, and what would you do differently?
The disaster land system that you first referenced actually is the same system as the state's New York Responds. They actually pattern New York Responds after us. We just call it differently, but they communicate together. I was the first elected official to declare a state of emergency. I was the first local elected official to actually issue a driving ban. None of the towns did it, none of the cities did it until I did it. And a lot of people need to understand, any supervisor, any mayor could issue that driving ban at any time, but none of them wanted to do it until I issued it on behalf of the entire community. And then I had town supervisors that were not being affected that were criticizing me for having driving bans in their communities when the weather didn't seem to be that bad in their community. We worked very hard with our partners in the Weather Service, as well as all of the partners in government, to ensure that it's done properly. And in my eyes, considering I issued the state of emergency the night before, we did not want to issue the driving ban until the third shift workers had an opportunity to get home. And that's what we did. It's just sad because it was the worst storm on record.
So, Mr. Poloncarz, why not announce the night before that a driving ban will take effect the following morning at 8:30, which I believe is roughly the time that it was called?
It was called at 8:30 because we had information that stated that the first snows were not going to start until 10:30. That's what we had from the Weather Service. And we wanted to ensure that individuals on the third shift had an opportunity to get home. The funny thing is, when I issued the state of emergency and talked about a potential driving ban in the morning, I was getting criticized from Republicans and opponents of mine saying, oh, he's going to issue a driving ban, and who knows whether it's even going to be a bad storm. We worked very hard. I feel the pain of so many people. I was the one that would get the numbers and the new deaths, and I actually saw some of those dead bodies in the cold storage trailer behind our emergency operations center. So I feel everybody's pain.
We do need to move on, but if I could get a yes or no, was it considered the night prior to say a driving ban will take effect at 8:30 tomorrow morning?
It was discussed, but the decision after talking to emergency service personnel was to wait because we thought that the snow was not going to hit until 10:30. And I want to remind everybody, most of the individuals who died were not necessarily in a car. They died because their house lost power and they couldn't get to them 3 days into the storm. Or they were homeless individuals that just happened to not get to a shelter or refuse to get to shelters. We have this problem all the time in winter.
We do need to move on.
Homeless individuals won't get to shelter.
We're going to go to Ms. Casilio for 30 seconds.
I'm just curious if you've ever taken accountability for anything. You are the highest elected leader in Erie County. The buck stops at you. And you have yet to even say you're sorry. You're yet to admit any fault that you may have. And the bottom line is 47 people died because of your failed leadership. And you just admitted here that you cut this historic hurricane-like storm down to the hours. You said 8:30 versus 10:30. That is absolutely despicable. And for you to not take any accountability for your actions and constantly blame others and have excuses for everything is absolutely unacceptable.
I think I need a rebuttal here, considering she's been going over a time.
You can have it for 10
repeatedly.
seconds. You can have it for 10 seconds.
Thank you. I've taken accountability. I've gone out to the public and said, we know what happened. I can't be responsible for all the deaths, and she's even listing deaths that are not in Erie County, which disrespects the individuals who died in those other counties by blaming me for their deaths.
Ms. Casilio.